Good morning, Manandar. Myself Bhavani from Civil Department. Today I am going to tell you on the topic of types of disasters. In the previous class, I have already told you about what is meant by disaster and what is meant by disaster management. Okay. Today I am going to tell you about types of disasters. Okay. Coming to the types of disasters, we are having four major type of disasters we are facing nowadays. In that one, first one is natural disaster. Next one is man-made disaster. Next is pandemic disaster. Next is complex emergency disasters. And here are these are the major four types of disasters. Especially this man-made disaster, nothing but COVID. Okay, this because of this COVID, so many people they have lost their lives and their way. So that's why these are all the major type of disasters. Okay, coming to the first one, what is meant by natural disaster? And here, what is meant by natural disaster is it is nothing but a physical phenomena that is caused either by the slow or rapid succession of events that immediately impacts the human life here. Okay, and why? Because it is nothing but a naturally causing disaster, means without any effect of humans. These natural disasters are going to happen, nothing but cyclones, floods, and earthquakes. These are all the different types of natural disasters. Because of these disasters, there will be huge loss of property loss as well as human life also. And for example, you can take earthquake. Actually, this earthquake will take only few seconds, just few seconds to change the life of the humans. Means whether it may be related to property or it may be related to the lives of humans, etc. Okay, and whereas a drought means what is meant by this drought means rains will not be there. There is nothing but the droughts. It takes this drought will take lots of time to develop, but both earthquakes and also a drought, it can cause the various life forms in abundance. Means actually this drought we can just think of any solution. Why? Because this drought will take slow time, so that's why we can again come up with some solution to eradicate this disaster. Okay, but whereas this earthquake, cyclones, and also floods, this cannot be eradicated. Why? Because it will only last for few seconds. Within few seconds, there will be huge loss. Okay, going to the examples, means what are the natural disaster examples? In that one, you can see first one means geophysical, means on the earth. On the earth, what will be happening? On the earth, what are the disasters are going to happen? Means there you can see tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanic activities. Means volcanic eruptions will be there. Means that volcanic eruptions will, when it will come, means when the earth surface will get heated. Okay, then only this volcanic eruptions will get formed, and it will automatically, that magma will flow almost some kilometers. Means near, if any volcanoes are just nearer to any village or town, means they have to leave that place when that volcanoes will be just it's going to be started. Why? Because this volcanoes, that magma heat will be very high when compared with others. Okay, so that's why they have to leave that place immediately. But these earthquakes, without any warning, these earthquakes will occurs. And when that occurs within the span of seconds only, overall that geological, means geophysical activity, it will ruin. Means human life, it can be, we can just lost that one, or properties, or also some biological activities also we can lost within fraction of seconds only. And tsunamis also, it will comes from the water. Means this tsunamis, it will also just takes some seconds to destroy everything. And here, landslides. These landslides, nothing but on the surface where this sliding will be there. at that place only these landslides will going to happen. And coming to the second one, that is meteorological. In this meteorological, we can see storms, wave surges, and also cyclones. Cyclone means continuous flow, continuous rainfall. Okay, when this continuous rainfall occurred, of course we can just come up with the solution. Means we cannot go outside at that time, and um, we can easily save our properties and also our lives also. And next one is hydrological. In this hydrological, main things are floods and also avalanches. These floods will be automatically, it will cause within the fraction of seconds. And avalanches, what is meant by this avalanches? Or of course it will where snow sliding will be there, means where overall land will be snow. At that time, these overall just like landslides and slow sides functioning will be same. Means that snow sliding is called as the avalanches. Okay, next one is biological. And this biological nothing but some disease spreading. Means some epidemics and also pandemics. These are all comes under the biological disaster. And also any animal plagues also, means that disease that can be caused by the animals or insects also, those are also comes under natural disasters. Means without any warning, this disaster will going to happen. This comes under biological disaster. And next one is climatological. These climatological nothing but in that one, what are the main types? Means wildfire, droughts, and also extreme temperatures. Droughts means our agriculture fields without any water, it will without any water, agricultural fields they cannot sustain. So that's why when this droughts is going to happen, there will be scarcity of food also. Food insecurity will be there. And wildfire nothing but what means in the hilly areas, when the temperature is very high, then fire will automatically occurs on the trees. Automatically means without any manpower, that fire will get occurred. That is called as the wildfire. And recently in Tirupati also we can see that one, about 6 months ago, that wildfire that occurs when the mm, when temperature is very high, automatically wildfires occurred in the hilly regions. Next one, these are all the different pictures you can see because of volcanoes eruptions, because of cyclones, floods, and also that wildfire. Here this one is volcanic eruption, and this one is sorry, and this one is cyclones. This one is because of earthquakes. This one is because of tsunamis. This one floods. This one wildfire. Here these are all the different pictures that are showing the natural disasters here. Okay, and when this natural disasters is going to happen, we cannot predict, and we cannot just we can know whether earthquake is coming or not according to the magnitude. Okay, according to magnitude only we can just know before just some hours or maybe some minutes only. Then we cannot save the human life. Why? Because within the span of minutes or hour, we can just cannot locate the people from one place to another. So this natural disaster we cannot eradicate this one. So we have to be very cautious, and preparedness should be conducted along the humans. Okay, then only they can save their lives from the natural disasters. Okay, and coming to the next one, man-made disaster. These disasters that are nothing but the events that caused, that results from the human activities or their mistakes. Okay, why? Because these disaster will be done by the humans itself. Means whether it may be epidemics, or it may be groundwater contamination, oil spills, gas chamber, and these are all comes under the man-made disaster. And when in this man-made disaster, sometimes the result will be immediate action also. Okay, why? Because sometimes it is also a build-up of the culmination of human misdoings. Means some of them will be without any warning, they are going to just infect any diseases, nothing but COVID. From China itself, that COVID will started, but overall world it spreaded. So many human life we lost that one. So these epidemics are very very dangerous also. Means water groundwater contamination, and these are all comes under the this man-made disaster. Best example of this gas chamber leaks is Bhopal gas leak. Overall, that factory, that in that Bhopal gas leaking, so many human lives we have lost. So that's why these man-made disasters also very very dangerous when compared with this natural disaster. Natural disaster without any warning it will happen, but man-made disaster what will happen? With by knowing only we are going to spread these disasters. After knowing only, means we are going to lose the property or human loss, we already know that one. And also they are going to just um, they want to destroy the world, then only they can come up with these ideas like COVID, like that one. Okay. And some of the best example of this man-made disasters or groundwater contamination. Means nearby, if some factories will be outskirts of the city, means a city outskirts, there will be pharma companies like that. From that pharma companies what will happen? Some waste material that will released into the groundwater. If that waste material, means that is very very hazardous, that is very very dangerous material, when that enter into the groundwater, the groundwater will get contaminated. When we are going to drink that groundwater, it will automatically cause severe means severe diseases, and also some side effects will be there. Means some health problems will get started. So that's why this groundwater contamination is also very very um, major disasters we are facing nowadays. And next one is mining accidents. Means when this mining action is taken, means some hilly regions they are going to just mining working will be already they are doing that mining process. When this mining process is occurred, when any without any warning some accidents will be taken place. At that time so many human life it will automatically lost. Means at the time of mining there will be some harmful minerals also. Means uranium extraction, these are all very very harmful. When some labor, when they are working at that mining center only, they will get some health issues. Means some side effects initially it will started, and fine in the final stage we cannot save their lives also. So these mining accidents also very very dangerous. And structure failures, means after construction of the buildings, after construction of the buildings, means without any proper foundation and without any using of quality of materials, these structure failures will get happen. Means building demolition will get automatically cause the human damage also. And we can lose some properties also by using by that disaster. And coming to the hazardous material space, just now only I told you, city outskirts there will be some pharma companies or some companies that releases the harmful materials. Okay. Every week they will release some materials into the air, or air pollution. From the air pollution also, when we are breathing and breathe out, then also we can get these health issues. And these hazardous material, when that comes into the water, when we are going to drink that one, it will cause the overall health problems. And next is gas chamber leaks. Gas chambers leaks, Bhopal gas leaking. That is one of the major disaster that uh, we saw in India. Why? Because at that time, so many humans they lost their life. And coming to the oil spills, means when they are uh, just transporting oil from one place to another, when that oil spills there, when any fire accident happen, that will also a man-made disaster. And vehicle accidents, when some people they want to just speed up their bikes, and they want to show some racing type, then what will happen, some another vehicle will be just um, automatically in the front when that bikes or any cars that will moving at that time, means accidents will automatically going to happen. So these are all comes under the man-made disasters. And next one is environmental degradation. Means nowadays we are not at all thinking about environment. Why? Because everywhere we are just um, we are cutting the trees, and just we are going to construction of buildings are going on and going on. So these environment also we have to think that one, means if plants is there, means automatically that will give oxygen. So that's why plant growth also we have to just start. Why? Because nowadays pollution is very heavy in some of the major states. In Delhi also we can see so much pollution, means air pollution, it is very heavy when compared with other states. So at that time colleges, schools, um, they just don't want to, some of the parents they don't want to send their kid at that time. Why? Because that pollution when we are going to breathe in and breathe out, so that inhalation process, in that inhalation process only we are going to just health issues will started at that time only. And pollution nothing but dust, it may be of air pollution, sound pollution, noise pollution, these are all comes under the pollution activity. And this because of this noise pollution also, so many are getting some ear problems. And because of this air pollution, so many are getting lungs problem. These are all the man-made disasters only. And the terrorism, this is one of the major man-made disaster. Why? Because some of the countries they are just influencing the terrorism also. Because of this terrorism also, human life and property life, they are going to happen. These are all the man-made disaster here I'm showing. This one is Hiroshima Nagasaki picture. And in this one, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because of atomic bomb, overall that land, means Hiroshima and also Nagasaki villages, they totally burnt off because of this atomic bomb. Here you can see before and after of the um, atomic bomb. Here you can see how nice it is, and after this atomic bomb you can see how much it changes the land. Okay. And here you can see air pollution from factories. This air pollution is going to act. Okay. And here's one of the example of wildfire that is caused by the humans only. Okay. This is not a natural disaster. Without any warning, these humans, they just when fire accidents will be happening on in the forest by the humans only. So this is one of the examples. Okay. And coming to the next one, that is a pandemic disaster. Pandemic nothing but what, overall people they are going to affect with few number of diseases, means a widespread of diseases. Here it is what is meant by pandemic, means it is nothing but the spread of infectious diseases that spreads across the large region, that can be not only affects the health, but also it will disrupt the services, that will lead to the economical degradation. Means because of this pandemic disasters also, so many economic degradation is going to happen, and it also affects our health also. And here some of the pandemic disasters we can see, means these pandemic disasters, it may be sequence of both natural and also man-made disasters. Some of the best examples, means from olden days, what are the few pandemic disasters we are facing, means here you can see cholera, Spanish flu, and bird flu, Zika, Ebola, malaria. And these are all the very, very infectious diseases, means it can spread from one person to another person. Why? Because in the last few years only, we can see that pandemic disasters. in the view of this coronavirus. Why? Because in this case, in coronavirus case, we have lost so many human life. Okay. Why? Because this coronavirus that didn't have any medicine at that time, but now we can take booster doses like that one. Okay, these pandemic disasters without any warning it will come, and we have to lose human life, and also because of this one, they are overall we are just a human life, and also we are going to lost our families also because of this one. Okay. And in these disasters we are having so many these diseases, they are having somewhat medicines are there for some of the diseases here. Okay. And here it is one of the picture of coronavirus. And last one in this types of disasters are complex emergency disaster. And in this complex emergency disaster, it is nothing but the combination of both natural and man-made disaster. It will, of course, involving the looting, attacks, and breakdown of authorities, and maybe there will be war, or there will be conflicts between the countries, or conflicts between the states. These are all comes under the complex emergency disasters. And these disaster, it will automatically widespread damage to overall both economics and also science, and violence will be excessive violence will be there among the humans only. Okay. And it also requires humanitarian assistance at a large scale, means across the agencies. Why? Because to combat these disasters, there is also increased risk of security for the human relief workers also. And in this one, in this complex emergency disaster, means actually at the time of World War One and Two, we have lost so many human life. Means when war is going to happen, automatically there will be loss of properties and also human life, and also there will be breakdown of authority. Means uh, means that state CM automatically, because when he does something wrong, automatically he will remove that position. When that happens, there will be somewhat violence, and likewise this is nothing but the breakdown of authorities also. And looting nothing but thefting, means just bank robberies, these are all comes under the looting. And attacks means some attacks nothing but man to man any attack. Likewise, here you can see in this complex emergency disaster. And these are the some of the examples of complex emergency disaster. In this one, armed conflicts. Armed conflicts means between um, between two persons or between two parties. If any war like it will happen, means it will comes under the armed conflicts only. Why? Because at that time there will be so much violence will be there. Maybe we can lose human life also there. Why? Because at that time, these party people, means for example, we can take politics. In this politics, so many parties will be there, different parties. Okay, when these elections they are going to happen, means there will be somewhat violence will going to happen at that elections time. Means party to party, there will be so much violence will be there. So that's why it will comes under the armed conflicts. This is the one of the disaster, means a complex emergency disaster here happening. And next one is epidemics. Epidemics nothing but causing of disease from one person to another person, means infectious diseases. Epidemics nothing but infectious diseases. And next one is food insecurity, means um, there will be no availability of food when this droughts is going to happen. Droughts, when these droughts happening, there will be proper quantity of food will not be there. So at that time this food insecurity will be there, means food will not be available at much quantity, quality will not be there. This is one of the disaster. Why? Because if food is not there, means how we can live. So that's why food is very important. Food and water are very important for us. if any groundwater and any water is contaminated, we cannot drink that water. So that is also a one of the disaster. And when compared with this food, if availability of food not will not be there, means of course we cannot eat anything. So at that time, it is also a one of the disaster. So this is food insecurity. It is one of the major disaster in this complex emergency disaster. And coming to the last one, displaced population. And in this displaced population, what is meant by that means when any war is going to happen at that time, when one country wins, means another country what they will do, automatically they want their people, means winning party they want losing party people, just they want to relocate that population, means they want that people to leave that country or to leave that state. This is nothing but the displaced population, means without any property belongings, without any food, they have to leave their hometown. Okay, that is also comes under the displaced population. And coming to the next topic, and this now we have completed the disaster, types of disaster, and what is meant by disaster management. Okay, next, what is next topic is environmental hazards. What is meant by environmental hazards means it will only refers to the biological, chemical, physical or radiological substance, okay, that will automatically impacts the, these are all impacts the environment, okay, that will has the potential to cause harm or adverse effects, any adverse effects to the human health or ecosystems, or maybe some property also. And these hazards, this can rise naturally or as a result of human activities. And these environmental hazards, it may be of long term or it can be of short term impact also, both on the society and on to the environment. Okay, means because of this biological, chemical, physical and maybe radiological substance, nothing but these radio radio waves, means atomic bombs, any mining disaster. When this happens, these are all comes under the environmental hazards. And here, coming to the common environmental hazards, here you can see air pollution, water pollution, soil contamination, climate change, hazardous waste, natural disaster, deforestation, ozone depletion. This ozone depletion is one of the major hazard we are facing nowadays because of this ozone depletion. Nothing but this air population. This when this pollution, sorry, when this air pollution, it will automatically just opening the ozone layer, means already some holes are present on the ozone layer of our planet. So when this ozone layer, it will automatically, if it going to happen, means it will going to open, means somewhat also we are going to face so much heat from the sun itself. Okay, means sun heats we cannot tolerate. So this ozone depletion is one of the major hazard we are facing, means because of this pollution, because of this pollution, means various types of pollutions, this ozone layer, it is opening somewhat. Okay, if this opens totally, means that sun rays will directly fall on our body. So what will happen, automatically we cannot tolerate the sun's heat and we are going to get so many number of various diseases, health issues we are going to get. And air pollution, nothing but it's maybe because of the factories. When these factories they will release the some waste gases into the air, means this air pollution will get affected. Water pollution, nothing but when some hazardous factories, they will release some hazardous material, that will automatically, that waste material that will go into the groundwater. What will happen, groundwater contamination or normal water contamination will takes place. So this is also the water pollution is also the one of the major problem, means why, because we are drinking that water only. When we are going to drink that water, means we are going to get some various types of diseases here. Okay. And soil contaminations means contamination of the soil also will have it. Nowadays it is happening. And climate change means because of this deforestation, we are going means we are just cutting the trees continuously. When this deforestation is going to happen means rainfall will proper rainfall will not be there. So that's why climate change is quickly it is happening. And hazardous waste means some of the dangerous waste that is releasing into the air or water. So this hazardous waste is also comes under the environmental disasters. And natural disasters nothing but what? Cyclones, tsunamis, earthquakes. These are all comes under the natural disasters. Just now only I already told you what is meant by the natural disasters and what is the different types of natural disasters here. And next is deforestation. And in this deforestation, cutting off trees. Okay, why? Because just we are just constructing the major structures just by cutting the trees. By cutting the trees only we are going to just structures they are building. So that's why climatic change will happening. So that's why only because of this deforestation only we are not having any type of rainfalls nowadays. Okay. And ozone layer, just now only I told you why? Because of this climatic change only that ozone layer it is opening nowadays. And when that opens, that sun rays will directly fall on us, then health issues we are going to face. So that's why these environmental hazards we have to eradicate when it is in our hands only. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Thank you everyone. Okay.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.